Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to make my favorite dal, that is called mash ki dal or urad dal. So let's begin. Assalamu alaikum. Today I will be making my very famous recipe of lentil, that is called mash ki dal. It's right here. It is also called black split gram in English, and in Urdu we call it mash ki dal or urad ki dal. So I will be making that. So quickly I will tell you all the things that you will be needing for this recipe. So let's begin. Over here I have oil. I'll be using about 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil and 1 cup of mash dal or urad dal right here, 1 cup. And over here I have half onion that I'm going to be using it for the garnishing. And over here I have 7 to 8 cloves of freshly peeled garlic. I have two small pieces like this big. Do you see? Two big small pieces of garlic. So one I will crush it and add it into the dal, and the other one I will just make into small pieces and garnish them and garnish it on top. And this I'll just use one green chili. I will make it into small pieces. Then I have mint right here. It's about 4 tablespoons should be okay. And also over here I have cilantro, and also I will be taking like 4 to 6 tablespoons. And this is my veggies. And over here I have my spices. And over here I have cumin, 1 teaspoon. I have 10 black pepper wholes, 10. And over here I have about 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, crushed pepper flakes. And I have leveled 1 teaspoon salt. And over here again I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of garam masala, and the recipe I always put it in my description. And you can make a fresh garam masala at home, or you can go to any Indian or Pakistani store and you can get this garam masala from there. So it's your own choice. So we got everything. So now let's start the cooking. Bismillah. So let's cut our this is for garnishing. I'm going to cut half a medium-sized onion. Half is more than enough for garnishing. And I will cut it very, very thin, just like that. Make sure whenever you cut onions for garnishing, they should be very, very thin sliced, like I'm doing it right here. Use a very sharp knife. This kind of knife is very, very good. Use that kind. I find it very effective. Sometimes if the knife is not good, then it will not cut into very, very fine pieces the way I'm cutting it. So get a good knife. That's a key to fine cutting of any veggie. See how nicely they're being cut? This is how I want it to be. So I'm going to fry this in oil for garnishing once the dal is cooked. So I have like 5 to 6 cloves over here, which I have already peeled, and I will just cut them into pieces like that, because I don't feel like putting garlic paste. You can use paste if you want to, but I choose to just use the garlic like that. It's just my preference. You can always use 1 teaspoon of garlic and 1 teaspoon of ginger, crushed form. It's your own choice. And I am just chopping it like that because it just gives a better flavor, and I think it's healthier. And that's it. See, it does not take a long time to. It's about 1.5 tablespoon of garlic. And ginger, I would just crush it like that, like this. I'll just crush it quickly. And I do not take off my peel. I usually crush it with my peel on. So again, it's my choice and my preference, and you can obviously turn them into a paste, and use one teaspoon of ginger as well. And here you go, I got a tablespoon and a half of ginger as well. And then over here I had my green chili, which I'm going to be of course using it in garnishing, and I will just cut them like this. You don't have to be so like very thin, but yeah, I just cut them into pieces like that, and I am done. So we're going to leave this for garnishing on the top, this one green pepper. And here you go, I have a little bit of cilantro, and this is, like I said, 4 tablespoons should be good if you want exact measurement. And this I'm going to use it on the garnishing as well. So try to cut that whenever we are using garnishing, try to cut them into very, very fine pieces, because you don't want the pieces to come in your mouth. So we are done with cutting. And now I just want to share something with you about mint. See how they have branches. So you take the leaves out like that, and just separate the leaves like that. You know, just take it like this, and we're not going to take these branches, these little sticks. We're going to separate them. And the only thing that you will be taking in this mint is mint leaves, because right here. So just nicely see how I have taken out the leaves, and I'll do them that later, but I want to show you how to cut them really in a fine form. So just take them and just cut them into very, very fine pieces, just like that, see? And I'm gonna do the rest. So a mint, you will be using about 2 tablespoons, I would say 2 to 3 tablespoons. And that's all we will be needing for the garnishing. So now, Bismillah, let's start. I'm gonna have this stove on a high flame. I always use high flame in the beginning, and I will be adding like about 1.5 cups of water. So, and I have washed the dal. Look, I have washed it and throw away the water a couple of times. So you wash it and throw away the water, and then wash it again, add more water and throw it away. So this is what I got. It's all clean. And now I'm going to add this dal into I will take out the water, soak it like this, and add it into the water itself like this. So I have added all the dal that I had, and I will be using this ginger and garlic. I'll be adding the ginger and garlic into this, and all the spices that I have, the crushed pepper and the salt, of course, and the black pepper, and also this cumin, whole cumin. Only thing is left is right here, garam masala, that I will put it when I'm going to garnish. So I'll leave this out right now. And now, as you can see, the water is bubbling, and I'm going to mix this well, just like that. And I'm going to be using another cup, like I added 1 cup, and I'm going to add 1 more. So total water that I will be adding into this is 1.5 cup. And water measurement is very important in this dal. You don't want to have too much water, because the dal is gonna, this lentil will not gonna come out good. So, and that's it. Now it's on a high flame, and I will just cover it. And once it's bubbling, do you see it's bubbling, starting to bubble? And now I'm going to bring the flame to medium low, and I will leave it like this for about 10 minutes, and then we'll see how much this dal is softened up. So now I have this skillet, which is iron. As you can see, there is some rust on it. This is just iron. It's not harmful, so you can eat that. And I will just add some oil, about I would say 4 tablespoons of oil to 5 tablespoons of oil. And this, I'm gonna add my half onion that I cut over here, and I'm gonna brown the onions for the garnishing. And some people, if they like a lot of onions, they can even add 1 whole onion and make it brown and garnish the dal. But I think for 1 cup, 1 half onion is good enough. And we will just on a very high flame. It's on a very high flame. I'm just gonna I'm going to make it golden brown. So it's not going to be just light golden. It's going to be more than it will be a little bit dark golden, not black of course, but dark golden. So give it like 5 to 10 minutes, and while my dal is cooking, my onion will be done also, and we're gonna garnish it and dish it out. It's a very, very quick recipe. It hardly takes 10 to 15 minutes to cook this recipe. So now I have a piece of ginger, like this should be good enough, and I will just peel that ginger, and I will just make small pieces, and I will garnish these pieces on top of the dal once it's done. So let's see if I can show you how I'm gonna slice these pieces. And we'll just, I'm not very good in this, but I'm trying my best to show you. So I'll show you just few pieces, maybe just 2 like this, and I will just slice them like that. Do you see that? Very, very thin, because this ginger, I will be using it on top of the lentil, and this is the size, even thinner than that, but that's the best I can do. And I'm gonna make slices for all of them. So it has been 5 minutes, as you can see, 5 to 10 minutes hardly. And as you can see, the onions have changed the color. It's on a medium heat, and I've been stirring it now and then. I did not just leave it and forgot about it. You can't do that when you are caramelizing these onions. You cannot just leave the onions and leave the kitchen. You have to be around. You have to stir them like that from time to time. And the heat should be on a medium, not very high. In the beginning, I kept it on high, but now it's on medium. And do you see the beautiful color? Now, do you see this? Onions have caramelized and they turn brown. And now I'll just take them out right here. Do you see the beautiful color? I hope you're not gonna burn them, and have a beautiful color just like that, okay? If you burn them or make them black, then they don't taste good. They are caramelized, but at the same time, do you see the color? It is golden, beautiful golden color, and when you eat them, they sure will taste good. So here you go. I hope you can see the beautiful color. So my dal has been cooking for the past 10 minutes. So let's check it out, how it is doing. And I'm just gonna check the water over here. There's no water left behind. And let me check if it is cooked. Yeah, I'm just gonna add like about half a cup of water, because it needs a little bit of more. So I have to make this dal a little bit more soft. So I'm going to add half a cup of water again. So I added half a cup of water, and I'm gonna just close the lid and leave it on a very low flame for another 5 minutes. So let's check out my dal, how it is doing. And as you can see, it is completely done, and I'm gonna dish it out. One more thing I want to add, that remember I have browned the onions in this dish and I have a little bit oil left in there. So what I did in the end, I just put a little bit dal from the sides like this, and I have mixed it well, just like that, and I'm going to add this into the dal itself. As I have added that oil that was left in the pan, and I have mixed it well in the dal, see, and now it is nicely mixed. I'm just gonna add some garnishing now. So here I have my dal, and I'm gonna garnish it now with my onions. Right here I have my chopped green chilies. Here you go, I have my chopped ginger. Here you go, my mint, and my cilantro is gonna come next. And also, don't forget my garam masala. I will be sprinkling on it towards the end. It's about 1/4 of a teaspoon of garam masala that I'm sprinkling on my dal. And see how beautiful it looks. So this is my done version. So one quick tip about this dal, it's very tricky. So you really have to watch out for the water and the time. So one quick thing I want to share with you is that if you have soaked this dal for 1 hour in water before you cook it, then you really need 1.5 cup water in 1 cup of dal. But since I did not soak it, so you can use about 2 cups of water in 1 cup of dal, and on a very low heat you will be cooking this dal for about 25 minutes or so, or even more. But the lid should be closed tightly, and it should just slowly cook, and the total cook time is about 25 minutes. And so here, let's dish it out and see how it tastes. Now, as you can see, I have made a beautiful plate with 2 Berberi naan pieces, and I have my dal, which is nicely garnished.